Hello, and welcome to another week of Burning Hearts, our 2026 Bible reading plan. This week is an exciting week. We are kicking off another gospel, the Gospel of Matthew. We're reading chapters 1 through 5 this week. So I love all the Bible, but I love reading the Gospels. And the Gospel of Matthew it's such a fantastic experience. The Gospel of Matthew, if I could give you any tips or pointers for reading it, one is that it is so clearly written with the Jewish scriptures, with the Old Testament in mind, at the heart of it. There are continual references back to the Old Testament. Even the things that Jesus does are kind of recapitulating or kind of reimagining what happened in the Old Testament. Like, for instance, he goes down into Egypt to avoid being killed when he's a baby, and then comes back out of Egypt, right, to start his ministry. That's what Israel did. He starts his most famous teaching by going up on a mountain, right? That's where Moses gave the Ten Commandments from, the law, from the mountain. Jesus goes up on the mountain to teach. It is so thick and rich in Old Testament, and I would encourage you a good strategy for reading the Gospel of Matthew. One is take your time. Don't rush through the stories. Notice the little details. Notice what's happening. Ask questions about strange details that stand out, because usually there's some really cool, really important connection to the Old Testament. So take your time, notice things. But the second thing is try and read it with the Old Testament. If you have a Bible that gives like references back to the Old Testament, like read the Old Testament stories that kind of go along, or if your Bible tells you where the quotes are coming from, go back and read a little bit more, just to get a better feel for how Matthew wrote his gospel. In very many ways, Matthew sees Jesus not just as the fulfillment of all of the Old Testament's longings and hopes and prophecies. He does. Jesus says to John the Baptist, he has to be baptized by him to fulfill all righteousness and to fulfill everything, all the promises of God from the Old Testament. But Matthew sees Jesus not only as the fulfillment of Abraham, the fulfillment of Moses, the fulfillment of David, but he sees Jesus as God with us. And that's the name that is given to Jesus. We sing about it at Christmas, Emmanuel, right? And it means God with us. Jesus is God in person. He's God with us. The Gospel of Matthew, it is just a beautifully written story as well. There's big blocks of teaching. The Sermon on the Mount is the first of the big blocks of teaching. We'll start that on Friday. The Sermon on the Mount is chapters 5 through 7. So we'll read 5 on. But there are these big blocks of teaching. I think there's 5 of them. Each of them kind of correspond to the 5 books of the Torah. It's even the way the gospel is designed, it's meant to remind you of the Old Testament. So enjoy this week of reading. It is phenomenal. Let Jesus's word in the gospel, let it speak to you. Let it, don't just read it to read it. Read it to let Jesus speak to you, especially when you get to the Sermon on the Mount. Let it convict you. Let it challenge you. Let it change what you do so that you do what he says. That's how the Sermon on the Mount will end. But have a great week of reading. Enjoy it. If you have any questions, I would love to talk to you about it. Let's talk about the Gospel of Matthew together. Check out the Bible Project's videos. I'll post them on Facebook and whatnot. Watch the Bible Project on the Gospel of Matthew. It's amazing. If you're really interested, especially in the Sermon on the Mount, the Bible Project did like a year, not a year, but almost a year-long podcast on the Sermon on the Mount. And it's there's so much, it's tremendous. But yeah, have a fantastic week of reading.